Hey guys, what's going on? We're back. I'm Shane.
Zakk.
We're back here with another Star Wars, the Clone Wars episode. We're watching it in chronological order. Did I do it right that time?
You actually did.
Yeah.
But for a minute there, I just had an instant reaction of, it was like knee jerk, like I had to correct you, and then I realized you said it right.
You gotta pay attention.
It's like,
okay, so we're kind of in the middle of an arc. Alright, so what happened last time? Just bullet points.
Ahsoka was with Luminara aboard whatever ship they were on.
Yeah.
But they were escorting Gunray back to Coruscant.
He was trying to bribe his way out of there.
He was trying to fucking throw his money around, you know, and Captain Argaius and the Senate Commandos
first
were
look
sent
at them,
to aid in the escort. And then it all went to shit because Asajj was sent by Dooku and the Sith to bring Gunray back.
Yeah, or to silence him.
Yeah. And it turns out Argaius was a piece of shit.
He was their guy.
Yeah, and he was bribed by Gunray, you know, to help bust him out. He did. Asajj kills him anyway.
Yeah.
And Gunray escapes with Asajj.
He was a little pompous, you know, and I think he overestimated his contribution. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even though I think he contributed quite well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then you had Ahsoka and a lot of Anakin's influence on her showing through.
Yeah.
And that's about it, really. I mean, you get a little bit of, you know, Obi-Wan. No, it was Anakin and Yoda on the hologram. Yeah. Talking to them and saying that their enemies are revealing themselves everywhere.
Yeah, so Luminara and Ahsoka failed in the escort. The Sith actually kind of won that little episode.
They did.
So we still got another episode left. Let's see what happens.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Master Luminara, I have tracked the location of our stolen ship to the Vasek system. It'll be great to see Nadar again.
Sorry we lost that slimy double dealer.
Don't worry, Ahsoka. Nadar! Congratulations on passing the trials. I'm sorry the war prevented me from seeing your training through to the end.
It is an honor to finally serve beside you.
Charming.
We specialize in making entrances.
What's this?
Didn't look like shit to me. Didn't look like shit to me.
I thought like symbols.
When they have flashlights and don't have like scanners or something.
Well, that was something. Be ready for anything.
Roger.
Protect me at all costs.
Have you ever killed a Jedi? No. Me neither.
So is this apprentice a bad guy?
I didn't forget to teach you. Those who have power should restrain themselves from using it.
We have you, Viceroy. You have nothing, Jedi fools. I welcome you to...
Look at Kit Fisto just kind of smiling. We see that Attack of Clones, he force pushes the door and he smiles.
Always smiles.
So now he's like the smiling guy. Yeah, he's always upbeat. Yeah.
I apologize for the deception, Master Jedi.
It was bad film. Sorry.
I need to offer you an alternative prize.
It's pretty cool.
This place looks like a shrine to that strange warrior.
Okay.
There is concern you have lost your focus. Lord Sidious demands more dramatic results.
Must be trophies taken from the Jedi he's murdered.
Gore! Where are you?
Welcome home, General. Perhaps the Senate will be merciful.
It is you who shall get no mercy.
Don't let him cut the lines!
Hold him!
Okay, the goddamn
Make
spider
me
thing.
destroy you!
Come and get me! Doctor, where are you?
Don't be
upset with me, Master. If you were a better fighter, we would not be having this conversation.
So you recharge.
Down the perimeter.
Get out of there, R6!
I have a bad feeling about this.
More time to entertain our guests. Goodbye, Jedi.
It's funny!
Sometimes I wonder why you submitted to the changes.
Improvements. I submit to no one. I chose them. Now get on with it.
There may be some discomfort. In this war, strength prevails. The rules have changed.
Perhaps you are the one who has changed.
I don't take no sass from a fish. Dreadicles.
It's like his pet. Kind of like a...
You let the Jedi in here. So you would test me.
Nadar, hurry!
Like that gun.
Not a bad guy, just a bad Jedi.
Yeah.
You might have been a proud warrior once, but now you're just a pawn in Dooku's game.
This is actually a pretty good fight.
It's a damn good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Surrender and I promise you will die swiftly. Stop him.
Just like fucking Solid is jumping on the Harrier when Vamp's driving it in Metal Gear Solid 2.
Yeah.
Fisto escaped.
Well, there is room for improvement.
And he hung with him. Okay, that was our reaction to the episode, and now we're going to kind of break it down. What do you think of the episode, man?
I thought this one was good. When it started to show the statues of Grievous and his former self, you know, kind of his statues around his lair of his pride and glory days. Like,
Yeah.
You know, that was pretty neat. It was neat to see him.
Yeah, so that's the first canon look of what, like, maybe his face looked like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the ogre teeth.
So, are you aware of kind of the old EU's explanation of how he got into the state that he's in?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they essentially hoodwinked his ass. Dooku set it up or arranged it to where there was like a bomb or something somewhere, but it ended up almost killing him.
Yeah, they crashed his ship.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
said, okay, and then he kind of needed Dooku and like the upgrade, the enhancements and stuff like that.
Yeah. They said,
Well, what's interesting is they discussed that story. And George had kind of... He liked that idea, but he had his own idea of what Grievous should be. So they kind of left that ambiguous. Like, in both stories, he was a great Kaleesh warrior. I mean, he was a Kaleesh. He was a great general where he was. But in this, Dave Filoni wrote something pretty cool. So this is from Dave Filoni himself. Okay?
Yeah.
I tend to think of the episode Lair of Grievous as a look more into the mind of Grievous. How you interpret the story depends largely on what backstory you like. If you believe Grievous was shot down in a shuttle by Dooku and put back together, I think that story is still there. It's just that Grievous has invented this new story of choosing his alterations. If you don't believe in the EU version of the story or didn't like it, then perhaps this new revelation that Grievous was a warrior whose lust for power made him choose to be altered suits you better. Or maybe it's somewhere in the middle. Again, a great many of the truths we cling to depend largely on our own point of view. Grievous was a great warrior in both stories. He was a Kaleesh in both stories. The major difference depends on what you believe about his past. In the end, I have to say this. He basically says that many EU fans, they pick and choose what they like anyways.
It's just like fucking leaving it ambiguous, or not ambiguous, but
They left.
maybe you could say, I don't know, but it's just like the Blade Runner shit with Deckard being replicant.
Yeah.
They don't really choose to answer it.
Yeah.
Because
Which I think is
a strong fan base support for either way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And like, well, we're going to leave it.
Yeah,
even though the creator and the director said he's a replicant.
But Harrison Ford.
And Harrison Ford says, no, I'm not. It's like...
Which is so funny to think about.
It is, because it's funny because
George
it's just like the argument in the film.
Yeah.
Because in the second one, fucking Jared Leto, whatever his name is in the movie.
Yeah.
I won't get started on Jared Leto. But,
Go on.
He's trying to convince him that he's a replicant too.
Yeah.
He's like, no, I know what's real or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So no, it's the same thing in real life. It's like, let's just take this dynamic from my argument with Ridley Scott and put it in the movie.
Which is funny. You know what I mean? But I just like how, like pretty much that story is still there, except that one little detail. You know what I mean? So, for me, it's somewhere in the middle. I believe he might... Well, because George had the idea that Grievous was always covetous of the Jedi way. That's why he wanted to be trained to do all that stuff, and he kept getting...
Covetous of their ability and skill.
But he never had the potential for Force ability.
Yeah.
So he kept getting these enhancements to make him better. But he could never really use the Force. But he could become a better lightsaber fighter, he could become faster, he could become stronger.
So basically everything you can get.
Yeah.
Short of.
And to the point where he just wasn't himself anymore.
Yeah.
But that could still be true, and he still could have been shot down by Dooku. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then kind of forced, not into servitude, but kind of recruited. Like, okay, the best thing you could do now is work for us, and you could be the general of our grand army of separatists.
They just set him up to knock him down, basically.
Yeah, I like that little idea. You know what I mean? I like Grievous's lair. I thought it was pretty cool. What do you think of Gore, his pet?
It reminded me of
the Rancor?
Fin Fang Foom.
Okay.
Which is this Marvel character dragon.
Okay.
That has the same structure of a face.
Mm-hmm.
Has these fins on the side of its head. It kind of reminds, if you saw it, a little bit of something you see in Dragon Ball Z or something, but in Toriyama's works.
Okay.
But that's what he reminded me of. But they're kind of goofy, but I thought the way they killed him was pretty brutal.
It was kind of brutal, yeah.
But I liked it. I liked seeing that. I like the fact that George chose that. It's one of his better choices in the Star Wars franchise. So,
what do you think of Nadar Veb? You speculated that he was a villain. He's a turncoat.
I thought maybe he was a turncoat. Like this, obviously there was something up with him.
Yeah,
off. But it turns out he'd grown impatient and disillusioned. And
yeah, it was interesting.
That,
remember Kit Fisto's line where he said, "Sorry, I couldn't finish your trading because of the war."
Mm-hmm.
So, the idea,
so you bear some responsibility.
Yeah, in the old EU, and it might have not been an EU thing. The idea that because of the war, they were kind of rushing the promotion of Padawans to Jedi Knighthood.
Yeah, I remember
to get them out there. You know what I mean?
You needed them in the field.
Yeah, and Fisto himself couldn't even, because of the war, couldn't even be there to finish that part. So he had to do some on-the-job training.
Hands on.
Yeah. So and then he was
by fire.
Yeah, he was killed. He is a Jedi, but he couldn't defeat Grievous. And we did actually get to see and kind of talk about Grievous. He's still a proficient fighter. He did kill a lot of Jedi.
I know.
That was the first Jedi we've seen him kill in this version of the Clone Wars.
Yeah, you're right. Because usually he's just kind of goofy.
Yeah.
And does goofy shit and says, runs away. And,
yeah.
So this is actually a pretty cool fight with him and Fisto.
Yeah, and Fisto, he said, well, I don't want to fight him. He was trying to get out of there. So Fisto kind of pieced out instead of fighting him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I don't think it's because he was a coward. I don't think
he's a coward, but he did the smart thing. He made the right move.
But he was drawn in there, and he could have done what his Padawan did.
Yeah, we got to see the Magna Guards. Okay.
Yeah.
I knew they had a battery component, but just seeing how they had to charge, they're hanging from the ceiling.
Well, it filled a certain element of the story there because they were deactivated. Yeah. They were sent to charge by someone on the outside. Turned out to be Dooku. Mm-hmm. Part of the setup. So,
what do you think of him being a Mon Calamari, Nadar?
Well, I think that it's cool that they include different races. Not all of them should be humanoid.
Yeah, you've seen them around, obviously, and then of course you've seen them in Mandalorian. You see a few on there, but we haven't seen too many in when this came out. We hadn't seen really too many Mon Calamari or Mon Calam. Yeah, they're from Mon Calamar, and he's a Mon Calamari. Mm-hmm. We haven't really seen too many in the Clone Wars. So because he's young, to signify his youth, he has that little tentacle thing. He's only got one, and Akbar has a few.
Yeah, so it's kind of like
Yeah.
turkeys and their
Yeah.
gizzards.
Yeah. And just I did some research on this. So Kit Fisto's his species. He is a Nautilon. Yeah. Nautilon. And he's from Glee Anselm. That's their planet. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I just...
But he's aquatic, right?
Yeah, he's aquatic,
Okay.
yeah. And
I figured because I remember there was an episode of the Clone Wars micro-series where he does some swimming. And
yeah.
obviously breathing underwater.
Yeah, and I believe, I could be wrong, I think Dave Filoni's favorite Jedi is Kit Fisto.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come...
Oh, yeah?
I think so, yeah. Yeah. The holocams that we see in his lair are the same holocams that Jabba uses as well. Little eyeball things, yeah. So David Accord, he works on the show as well. He's frequently in the Star Wars featurettes for the Clone Wars. If you look him up on YouTube, yeah, he plays the voice of that surgeon droid.
Okay.
Yeah, he works in the sound department.
Those droid like that was in episode 6, right? It was in Jabba's palace. And it was the one that was kind of designating which droids being fucking destroyed and shit.
Yeah. You're a feisty one.
Yeah. Yeah.
You will soon learn some respect.
But did that droid's mouth move when he talked, though?
It did, I believe. So it might not be the same type of droid, because I don't think that one's mouth moved, did it?
Yeah, it didn't. That one's mouth, that's what I meant. That one's mouth didn't move, but the one in 6 did.
Yeah.
The Master's been in need of an interpreter since I...
Well, it kind of looked like one of those surgeon droids, a little bit, that we've seen before.
It looked a little bit, but the surgeon droids usually have a different... They kind of have that weird thing across their mouth. Mm-hmm. I don't want to call it a honeycomb, but it's like those lines across, and it's got the 2 eyes.
Yeah.
Whereas those things have that kind of oblong head.
Between episode 2 and 3, Kit Fisto had a little bit of a redesign.
Yeah, I'd say so. He trimmed some weight.
He does, and his eyeballs. Like I think so. They kind of went somewhere in. They went somewhere in the middle a little bit, and they also made his chin a little bigger and stuff like that for the animated version.
Isn't he one of the ones that confronts Palpatine?
Yes.
And dies.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So they wanted him to look less scary, more like this dashing debonair hero.
Well, I don't think either version there.
Well, no, it's somewhere. Like I think they kind of took the episode 2 look a little bit. You know what I mean? And then just gave him more of a chin and, stuff like that.
Yeah, he definitely does not look anything like I would describe dashing. Well,
but in the Clone Wars cartoon, maybe a little bit.
Well, yeah, that. I mean, but obviously they should have, I don't know. Yeah. Something should have been different, if they want to go with the word dashing.
And they weren't sure how many tentacles he had in the movie, so they just put a lot on there. But
how would you not... Like, they couldn't get a hold of somebody in the fucking prop department?
No, like, the animators were like, they couldn't verify, and they were under a time crunch, and they said, alright, well, they tried counting them.
Star Wars somewhere that they could turn around and just call them up and say, hey.
Yeah. Well, the idea is...
I guess not. I guess there's not... the world of Star Wars isn't that...
No, I don't know. Yeah, but maybe the animators are, they're the ones who are working overtime, working late, you know what I mean? And maybe they couldn't...
Or had to be done that night or something?
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe when they do these things, like I said, last episode, Luminara, her lightsaber was the same as...
Well, that could be like it's kind of an oversight. It's like, we gotta give her a lightsaber, we're trying to get this done. Mm-hmm. Here's a lightsaber. Bam. But I don't know if they're doing a character design, like a character that's in that much of the episode. You think that's a...
Well, the idea is also, because they kind of changed the way he looked a little bit, his head's a little smaller. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
there's between 2 and 3, he's got different tentacles.
I guess it's not that big of a deal because how many of us are going to sit here and be like, not enough tentacles, It's like, that's not an octopus,
Yeah.
People talking on the fucking arguing over National Geographic over here. I just.
And Nadar Veb's outfit also, it was supposed to kind of remind you of Admiral Akbar's. They kind of took that outfit, they modified it a little bit, changed the look of it, made it look a little more Jedi. But when you look at that, you're supposed to kind of think of Akbar as well.
Well, I mean, you would anyway, I guess, because he's a fucking long call. But
yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, and then, of course, we had Grievous and Dooku at odds a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, Dooku understands that Grievous is a military genius, so he has to kind of manage and put up with that snickerness. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't think Dooku cares. You know what I mean? We all knew that Dooku, when it came down to it, if he wanted Grievous gone, he'd be gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so he puts up with his antics because the best general they can get.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so in the end, the bad guys. Then I mean, the Jedi didn't win again in this as well. We
didn't really lose either.
No, but we had
nothing was lost and nothing was gained.
We had most of them.
We had the little team died.
Yeah, we had most of them die, and then we had a escape.
Yeah, but I mean, if you look at the other side of it, there was the only living thing there in Grievous's lair, other than Grievous, was gore.
Yeah.
So there wasn't much to lose.
Yeah.
You know, some droids were destroyed.
They might count that. You know, to them.
No, they're not.
They lose 100 battles.
They got gun ray, man. They can just fucking crank out shit. You know, it doesn't matter.
You're right.
And Dooku's wealth.
You're right. Yeah.
So, you know, I just think it was kind of, you know, if the Separatists did win, it's kind of a, what do you call it, Pyrrhic victory. You know,
yeah.
They won, but they didn't win anything.
It's like
nothing
running
was
unopposed.
It's like, yeah, it's just nothing was gained.
No, I hear you.
You know? So they killed a Jedi. He got a lightsaber out of it. Like, no, he didn't, because Fisto took it.
Yeah.
So he didn't even get the lightsaber. So he's just
he
has a shame. He had the shame in the end of telling Dooku that Fisto got away.
Yeah, at least he was honest, though.
So there's room.
I thought he was going to lie.
Yeah, so there's room for improvement.
Yeah.
You know?
I like how his expression changes. Mm-hmm. According to StarWars.com, Kit Fisto, that lightsaber that he holds up, that he's actually holding up to the into the shot, is Jedi Master Neebo's lightsaber, who was a female Jedi who went missing.
So he doesn't have... Is that one that he got...
No,
is that the one that he got from Grievous? They cut in his hand?
No, the one that he picked up in that in that room where all the lightsabers and
all the
paddle
trophies,
braids,
trophies and shit. Yeah.
And that so during his repair scene, he makes the death scream he makes when he gets killed by Obi-Wan. That's the same little scream when he's getting repaired. That scream in pain that he makes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't remember that much from episode 3.
He gets shot in the stomach, and he just, you know.
Oh yeah,
yeah. And then he also shot, Then he also shot Nadar Veb in the stomach, which is kind of was interesting.
Ironic.
Yeah, it was a creative death. I think always cool, you know. In the end, he had a gun. He brought a gun to a knife fight, kind of. You know, he brought a gun to a lightsaber fight.
Yeah.
And in this world, that doesn't matter, but in this fight, it did. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, it's just, I don't know. With him, he's just supposed to be this major threat.
Yeah.
You just never really see it.
Yeah.
It's just in a few rare instances. Usually he's always just running.
Yeah.
Or, like you said, snickering.
Yeah, I feel like this episode helped a little bit, like made him a little more fierce. Yeah.
Well, they did do a good job with the fight. It's just...
The fight was good, yeah. And up until this point, this is one of my favorite fights.
But he always finds a way to, like... He always finds a way to lose. I mean, he doesn't have to worry about endurance.
No.
Stamina. You know.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, because there's a little.
He has organs. But that's keeping his brain and like his actual. Yeah. Like I don't think his organs are not powering. You know.
Yeah, I don't know how that works because there's no real life examples of how it works. You know.
Well, I'm pretty sure he just doesn't control it. There's no way. What's left of his organs is making his arms spin all over the fucking place. You know? No. And you know, so he doesn't have to worry about endurance or stamina or strength or speed. So. I guess his limitations when fighting a Jedi would be his mind.
Yeah, because I
know, like with pod racing,
a
lot of the aliens could think faster than humans, and that's why humans were never successful at pod racing, except Anakin was because he was the chosen one.
Yeah,
and Force in general. Yeah. I get that he can keep up to a certain point, but once he starts losing against the Jedi, it's like, well, how do you lose that fast?
Yeah,
because you have all these advantages over normal people, and even though these people are above normal people, you should still be able to hang in there. But you always see him fighting like the best Jedi, though. You don't
pretty much.
You don't really see him fighting the ones that aren't as good.
Yeah, in this story, he's killed quite a few.
Yeah, and it's like when in the micro series, you see him kill at least. Oh, actually, I don't know if he kills. Yeah, he does. You see him kill.
He kills several.
Yeah,
but he's like no match for Mace Windu, right?
No, I can't remember how that went down in that.
I can't either.
Because it's been so long, and they're not putting it on here because it's part of the Star Wars Legends now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's.
Yeah, I don't know.
I feel fucked. Not in a good way. So...
Yeah, that being said, I don't got too much else to say.
I don't have anything. It was cool. I like Phil Lamar's work.
Yeah.
It's cool to see him in this and hear him as Kit Fisto. You know, I mentioned to you before this that he's done some other Star Wars projects. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2. And then we were trying to figure out what conflict. A Star Wars story.
Okay.
He plays Revan.
Oh, okay.
So we're trying to. You mentioned it might have been an audio book.
Yeah, because I don't know what that is. So
neither do I. So we're curious, and someone might let us know. But they also somebody that one of our fans that tipped us off that Lamar had done.
Okay.
Kit Fisto's voice in general.
Yeah.
Clone Wars. Plus, he has another one. He's credited as Bail. He's Bail Organa.
Oh yeah.
He's Orn Frita.
Okay.
Yeah, Frito-Lay, whatever. He's also in Star Wars Rebels as Bail Organa. Gold 3.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who that is. And then he's also in Star Wars The Old Republic. He's Master Sio Bacom.
Okay.
So, and Sanjo Pine.
So he's been playing in the Star Wars sandbox for quite a while.
He has.
Hell yeah. Okay, cool.
It's very cool to see.
Yes. Alright, I think that's pretty much it, guys.
Yeah, I reckon.
Bye. Guys, thank you so much for watching this reaction and our breakdown of this episode of the Clone Wars. If you like us, you want to support us, just like and subscribe, leave a comment down below, and let's get some discussion going. And go to StarWars.com, go to Wikipedia, just to find all the same information that I found on this show. So that was about 20.